face off. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What is up? I'm DJ Wheat. Thanks for joining us this Sunday afternoon for another episode of The Most Evil Genius. Now, you can still go over and make your predictions right this moment on The Most Evil I just realized I actually don't think I have a full cam set up, but you can go on over to mostevil.evilgeniuses.net and check out the webpage. I'm bringing it up right here. Here it comes. Wrong one. There it is. Boom, there it is. Over here you can make predictions on the matches. You can predict their play styles, how they're going to play, a lot of different things and aspects about these games themselves. Of course, with everything that you are right on, you earn yourself some coins, and you can actually bid on various items from the Evil Geniuses sponsor groups. Look at that. Crovia on top with 1,578 coins. He is crushing it. And Keyfree right behind him with 1,008. Go ahead and make your final predictions now, because we're going to get this first series started here in just a moment. Now, I'm curious. I might just actually go on over to chat. What do you guys think? We're about to watch a best-of-5 to determine the third and fourth place winners. You know, EG.Machine, always been a fairly consistent Zerg, but never truly had his breakout moment, where EG.Control has had his ups and downs as well. Now they face off against each other, teammates, and you know how that works. Teammates know each other inside and out. These guys practice almost on a nearly daily basis. But it's a hard thing to kind of predict. You always have to consider that in these types of scenarios, EG.Control knows Machine inside and out. Machine knows EG.Control inside and out. But especially it being a PvZ, something I am excited about. I know I personally have been having a lot of problems with Protoss lately, but will Machine be able to overcome, or will EG.Control bring it home in his favor? Are you guys ready to hop into game number one? Let's go ahead and do it. Thanks for joining us once again. Again, this week, EG.Control versus EG.Machine. Next week, actually the week after next, on the 29th of April, EG.Huck versus EG.Idril. Of course, the Most Evil Genius, powered by Beyond Gaming. Go on and check out their daily cups. BGLink as well, which is a nice little application that lets you challenge and handle your StarCraft competitions a little bit easier. Auto reports your scores and all that sort of good stuff. So, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this one kicked off. A best-of-5 between EG.Control and EG.Machine, and we are going live. And we are here in game number one. Let's introduce our players, ladies and gentlemen. On the west side of the map, as the red Protoss, we've got, from Team Evil Geniuses, it is EG.Control. And over on the east side of the map, in one of his favorite colors to play as, if you ask him that, he will tell you that he likes his pink Zerg. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for EG.Machine. Now, their results throughout the competition have been mixed. Of course, the way it works is there was 4 members from Team Evil Geniuses that took part in this competition. And maybe we'll see an expansion of this if they ever decide to do it again. Of course, I know many people were like, oh, would love to see the Muslim, would love to see Puma, you know, obviously want to see JYP. But starting out with 4, those 4 players were, of course, EG.Huck, who play in 2 weeks for the first place and second place. And then, of course, we have EG.Control and Machine, who are facing off right now. Now, Machine, pretty standard Zerg as far as Zergs are concerned on this map. Probably expect, once he sees that the fast expand is going up, to go for some sort of a triple hatch action. EG.Control is going to try to do his best to block one or both of those. We'll see. Machine likes to go with a 14 pool, 16 hatch, so there's his pool right now. And he actually decides to go for a 15 pool and gets that down. Meanwhile, on the other side, with the Forge going up, we'll see exactly what EG.Control is going to decide to do. Will he decide to go Nexus first? Probe going down, And he's sitting on top, but doesn't have a whole lot. That's because he did drop the pylon down here. Now, the other thing about this pylon that's kind of nice is that it's sort of a quick way to get those minerals back. So as he approaches 400, if he wants to drop that Nexus first, he can always cancel this. Before it ends, it doesn't look like he's going to do it. He wants to leave it open, but it doesn't matter because Machine took the third, and we expect to see that. Now, the reason... Oh, wow. So EG.Control actually going to throw a cannon down in plain sight. The pool is not yet completed. And he'll go ahead and pull 4 drones, 5 drones. One of these drones not doing a thing, though, and he will have to be forced to cancel that. Now, the thing is that no damage was being done here. Of course, he took 4 drones out of mining, and there we do see the Nexus going down. Now, this probe over here could have done some serious damage if he decided to put that pylon and the cannon there, but he canceled anyway, taking back those... resources. And the reason why Machine always, of course, going pool first is so you can get those lings out. But in a map like this where you can take a third, and this probe is still kind of back here doing the little sneak, so we'll keep an eye on him. Of course, these Zerglings are going to go out, and this is what they want to look for. They want to look for anything down here. There's a probe hiding up here, where any pylons placed where they shouldn't have. Meanwhile, the other 2 Zerglings taking out that pylon and eventually going to get that third hatch down. So, up at the front, we see the gateway going down. Probe there, guarding the front, you know, until a more reasonable unit actually comes out to assist. He's got the 1 cannon. And he's got his cannon in a little bit further back position, not really compact like we see some walls. We'll see exactly how that's going to come into play. Throw down another pylon, not sure. But this expansion's up now for Machine. He's got the second one up as well. Zerglings out and about, just checking things out. The Zergling want to go forward. Check to see if +1's coming. Any sort of sign of aggressive 2-base attack. And just see what kind of information he can get. You know, occasionally, count cannons, count units, etc., etc. And then we're going to see the Psy-Core go down. Well, the first probes begin mining over here. Zergling heading on over. There is a probe over here for EG.Control. He'd likely love to be able to drop down a pylon over here, warping on the low ground. And is Zergling going to find him? Let's check out the vision. Oh, flashing on there. Flashing on there, but actually not within a... he's going to just patrol back there, which I really like because this is a great place to put a pylon, especially once you begin attacks on the third. You take out these rocks, that pylon there, reinforcing right there, and then, of course, you can start to build forward pylons as well. On the other side, EG.Control is going to get his +1 ground attack right away, so we can expect to likely see some gateways pop up after this. But he's just pumping out zealots at this point, and his warp gate research is going to allow him to continue to get up on that gas. It's going to take a 3rd and a 4th gas here at his expansion. And so, will he just maybe go with a heavy Zentry? That's like a Zealot Sentry combination. Zealot Sentry combo here as he's still pooling up that gas. We now have the 3rd base up for Machine. Now, as far as Machine goes, here we go. Right around 50 to 55 supply. Puts down the Roach Horn and an Evo chamber typically. Where is he going to throw down that Evo chamber? Or is he just going to wait a little bit? As he's sending more and more drones to the natural. He's got a good little saturation here at what will be the 3rd eventually. A few links heading on out, but no speed quite yet. 2 zealots here, and he's not really going to want to engage this, so he does pull back more. More lings on the way. No, actually, no more lings on the way. Just trying to get that Roach Horn up and the lair. I'm actually kind of surprised not to see that Evo chamber go down for Machine at this time for a couple reasons. A, to not only get that +1 going, but just in case there's any kind of Stargate. And look, we do have this Overlord heading in Gateway 1, 2, and 3. Additionally, we have a robotics facility tucked in the back here. Not sure if that guy's even going to make it all the way there. And a 4th gateway going to be thrown down for good measure. These zealots moving out could possibly... Are they really going to go just to take out this 1 ling? That'd be quite impressive, setting himself up nicely. The lings are going to head back out. You can see speed's only about halfway done. But what he could do is he could leave him right here just to make sure that he knows when his opponent is moving out. And yeah, these zealots are going to come over here, take out this single link so that that pylon can be put down here. And that may mean we'll see an assault here on the 3rd. There we have the Evo chamber finally down, just coming a little bit later. No speed for the roaches quite yet. Initial roach is going to come out along with a macro hatch about ready to be put down. The 4 gateways finishing up, and we're going to see additional gateways coming up. So We're up to 6 plus 7 in the front, so we're going to have 7 gate. We see the first Immortal coming out as well, which is, of course, is always a great choice versus a Zerg that's going to be throwing down roaches as well as those links. So speed will be finished here, probably for both. I'm not sure if speed should be finished for roaches by the time the first engagement actually happens. And it looks like we're going to have a quick pause. And uh-oh, we had a mouse unplugged. And we're back in this game. Power of the replay. Now, great job by Machine coming up. Oh, Machine. There we go. Okay. Attacking. He's just going to try to warp in a single Zealot to take care of that. And that's good. He is going to have high ground vision, at least momentarily. And it's incredibly out of the way for Machine to actually go up there and kill that. Again, he's going to go ahead and use an Overlord to get some vision. A second pylon's going to be thrown down as well. But look at this force starting to move out. There's all those sentries. We got a couple of mortals as well. And this will actually turn out to be a crazy devastating army, I feel like, versus the Zerg right now. It's all going to come down, of course, to the force fields. There's a good number of Zerglings here, which is good. The Roaches, though, will get pounded here by the Immortals. So are there enough Zealots to take care of the Roaches? And look at this, the Zerglings actually going off on their own, leaving the Roaches all by themselves. Now the Zerglings coming in, going to get a great surround here. We can see some force fields protecting those Immortals, while we do have most of these sentries starting to go down, but some Stalkers coming in from the back. First Immortal about ready to go down. Both of them have stayed alive. 2 still standing, and Machine feels like he must move back. All of the sentries were lost in that engagement. For a moment there, I feel like with the initial force fields that went down, if the Lings would have been there immediately to attack. But here we go. More Roaches coming back in. He knows that he does not have the power of the force field here. We've got a Warp Prism loaded up, but there's nothing inside of it. It's simply just going to head on over. It can also just warp in. See another hatchery about ready to go down here. And is he going to go ahead and take his third? I feel like he's got to right now in control. Gearing up to do so. He knows his opponent's on a third. There are a lot of Roaches here. The Immortal count sits at 3. A bunch of Zealots, only a few sentries inside. Where's that Warp Prism going? It's going to warp inside, pick up these Zealots, and then take them on over. And he actually sees the Warp Prism warping as well as the hatchery going down, so he's going to warp 1 additional Zealot there just to beat on that. That might force the Zerg to move on back, but Machine, is he going to be able to deny third? Sees that there's not even a third up. And where did the Warp Prism go? There it is. He's dropping Zealots into the main. He's going to just drop them all around. 3 on top. He's going to warp an addition set of 8 Zealots, and the entire Zerg army must move his way back. All of these drones are being refocused. Going to try to focus down this Evo chamber. It is upgrading +1 carapace, and he is going to go ahead and take it down at the loss of these 4 Zealots. But additionally, the pool is going to go down as well. That, of course, stopping that Zergling production. He's going to pick up the Zealots, cut his losses, and get out of there. But considering that we do not have a third up for In Control, he definitely needed to do that. And the question is does In Control push at this point? Try to establish his third. Is he going to come over here? Takes out the 1 Zergling, but there's still 1 burrowed Ling as well. That Zealot is cleaned up. The hatch stays alive. Warp Prism coming on back. Supply right now, 132 to 186. Machine with a much higher supply here. But the tech of the 2 armies, only 0-0 actually for Machine. And here we go, some good force fields actually blocking Roaches from all sides. He's going to try to pop himself inside the third. That means that 1 group of these Roaches is going to go ahead and head off into the main. But I think a majority of these Roaches are going to be taken out by this group here at the third. The Immortals being microed back as well, and not really damage done on either side. Oh, the Roaches, did they go into the main? Oh, they did go into the main. So some probes killed there, but again, I don't feel like that was a good amount. There were 17, 18 workers killed. Oh, we still got these Roaches over here to the side. So Machine actually doing a great job over here. Excuse me. As we see these final probes, I mean, the only thing that doesn't make a huge difference about this is the fact that there's not really a third base anyway. We have some more Roaches over here to stop that third from going up, and Machine's management here is very good. A ton of Lings heading in. Ooh, are there enough Zealots here to be able to stop these Lings? This is a ton of Lings. We've got about 93 Lings out on the field right now. And if these lings are effectively shut down, that is a ton of larvae. How many larvae? 14 larvae right now. These roaches are going to be taken out. Blink Micro keeping those stalkers alive. And will he finally expand? And here comes the lings, going to run by. They actually split in a couple different groups. We do have a warp in here at the front. The zealots do stop at least some of those lings from coming in. But look at the evaporation as no one actually gets in there. He also had force fields to deal with, and now the army's about even in supply, 138 to 134. But look at the harvester count for Machine, 63 to 41. Just not sure that he's going to have the units. Just a ton of lings right now, and he might have to basically be forced into a run-by situation where he tries to do as much damage in control on just 2 base. May be able to overcome here with no problems, despite the fact that the enemy is on 4 base, and here comes a group that's not really that coordinated. A lot of lings go down here, and of course, just lings dying left and right. Here the infestors finally out. They do have at least 1 fungal, but look at the blink forward. 1 goes down. A single fungal doesn't even come out. There's the first fungal, second fungal, but it is not going to be enough. There are just too many immortals. Blink stalkers, we've got plenty of zealots as well. This 3rd base is being completely shut down, and the Protoss beginning to move forward as EG.Control has still not put up a 3rd base, being denied by several lings. Let's take a look, because he's got to be running out here pretty soon. Looking to be about 500 on there, and definitely about to mine out here in his main. But the amount of immortals, 6 immortals alone, a Dark Shrine going down. There's just nothing that can deal with these immortals at the moment. We do not see, oh, actually we do have Hive. The infestors are out, but do we even have a Spire down right now? Not sure that I see one. So we're not going to have Broodlords, just going to have to rely on the infestors. And oh, if this army gets cut off here by Machine, he's going to try to pick off any unit that he possibly can. I mean, Machine, although he lost that 3rd, he gets rid of Warp Prism yet again. I mean, his income is definitely higher, but EG.Control just has too many units. And here we go. Infestors moving forward first. 1 fungal right on top of 2 of the immortals. The second one's going to go out. 2 of the infestors do go down, waiting for all of his units, trying to spread out that force as well. And there's the blink forward, and the infestors go down. It's just not a coordinated attack here. The rock's going to go down to the 3rd of Machine. And here he comes from the back, but the force fields could keep the Zerg out of here. And the 3rd base is undoubtedly going to go down. More zealots trying to make his way into the natural, take out anything that they possibly can. And Machine is just, you know, he's forced to deal with these issues right here, while his 3rd is completely decimated. Oh, there's only a couple of fungals go down. The infestors are dying. There's the force field. And I expect good game any moment as EG.Control with a powerful 2-base attack. There we finally see that 3rd nexus going down, but look what's left, immortals and stalkers, and there it is, GG, and EG.Control will take game number